Wells Fargo presents one of the surest ways to grow your money. A Wells Fargo CD account, where you can earn a 5.00% annual percentage yield on an 11-month term with a minimum opening deposit of $5,000. Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/CD rates to open a CD account and start growing your savings with us.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Welcome to Story Smash. And now a big round of applause for our creator and host, Christine Blackburn.
Mic is on. How about that cordless mic? How about this? Hey, how about this mic? All right, you guys, welcome to Story Smash, the storytelling game show. We are so excited to be in Santa Monica, California at The Crow. How many of you have been to The Crow before? It's a great new club, and we're really happy to be part of it. All right, you guys, we're going to get this show started right away and introduce to you the Wheel of Stories. There are 12 permanent topics on the wheel. Topics like pandemic, drunk tank, vacation, and plenty of other great topics. There's also one topic that says free. And if a contestant lands on that space that says free, they can choose any topic on the wheel for their story. And there's 3 spaces that say audience. And if the contestant lands on audience, and they always do, then you guys can shout out your favorite storytelling topics, and one of our expert judges will choose a topic to be the contestant's story. And speaking of expert judges, let's bring them on the stage right now, you guys. All right, you guys, here we go. The first judge coming to the stage, he is a comedian and a writer, and he wrote on At Midnight for the entire run. He's also a broadcaster for the LA Derby Dolls, and the rest of his resume is available upon request. Please welcome Blake Patch! All right, you guys, coming to the stage next. All right, you've seen this woman on television shows like Curb Your Enthusiasm, Mad Men, and Everybody Loves Raymond. She's appeared on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson 9 times. And just a few weeks ago, she was on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. And she's also had several solo shows as well, like the show, Does This Show Make Me Look Fat? And if that's not enough, this judge was on Marc Maron last week. WTF with Marc Maron. Please put your hands together for the very talented Kathy Ladman! All right, you guys. And this final expert judge, he is a novelist and a screenwriter and an artist and a producer, and he's best known for his work on Seinfeld as both a writer and a co-executive producer. This guy coined the phrases yada yada, double dipping, and sponge-worthy. He's also a freelance writer for the New York Times, GQ, and Esquire. And just the other day, he had a great article in the Atlantic Journal, or Atlantic Weekly, Atlantic Journal. Something like that. He's also published several books, including the ones in my hand right here. Mandela Was Late and #Me As Well, a novel. All right, you guys, wherever you are, put your hands together for the amazing Peter Melman! All right, this is all very exciting. Peter, would you sign these books for me, by the way? That'd be great.
Make them out to me.
We have 3 fabulous judges here in front of me. You've all played the game before. Yes. Yes. Grab your microphones.
Yes.
Yes.
What is That's Correct?
That's right. What is That's Correct? You've all played the game before, and we're so happy that you're here with us tonight. Just so you know, we're playing 3 rounds of the game. The first round, the contestant comes to the stage, they spin the wheel, and they tell a true 1-minute story. That's round 1. What is that? Round 2. Round 2. That is going to be when the contestant comes up to the stage, they spin the wheel, they tell a true 2-minute story. A 2-minute story. Are you following me? Then there's the very difficult task of you guys choosing who goes on to the third round. Because there's going to be a third round, but only 2 people go to that third round, and they're going to tell you a true 3-minute story. Kathy, what do you think is more difficult? A true 1-minute story or a 3-minute story?
I think oh my God! I think that is the most difficult thing, what just happened.
That was an accident. Accidente.
I think a 1-minute story is more difficult.
I think so too, because you don't have a lot of time to make your point.
Right, and right now this answer is the most difficult thing, actually.
Yeah. All right. How was your time on Mark Maron last week, by the way, Kathy?
It was great. I had a lot of fun, and it was a nice conversation, and what can I say?
It sounded great. WTF with Mark Maron. Kathy was on the show. It was a wonderful episode. Blaine, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm still looking for parking.
Yeah. Well, speaking of parking, how about that parking, huh, folks? Yeah. We all know how exciting that could be.
Did everybody see the cop?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, he saw you.
How exciting. All right, you guys, the storytellers on the show tonight, they need to keep a close watch on the clock, because if they go over their story, they go over their time, they're going to hear this sound. What are they going to hear?
Now we need a noise.
Well, that's funny you should say that, because something's going to happen if they go over their time. Again, first round, 1 minute, second round, 2 minute, third round, 3 minute. And remember, we do fact check every story. Yeah.
We Bing it.
Yeah, that's
we can't
exactly
afford
right.
Google, so we have to use Bing.
That's exactly right. All right, you guys. Well, we're going to get started right away. I'm so excited to reach into the story-worthy smash can of truth and pull out the first contestant. Did I tell you, Peter? Did I tell you there's an audience member playing?
Oh no, you didn't mention that.
Yeah, talk into your microphone.
Oh yeah, no, you didn't mention that.
A lot of times, it's a very exciting part of the show.
Well, who is it?
Well, I'm just saying. No, we don't know yet. But
Could
right
be
now,
the cop.
I have already pulled a name, and so that person's coming up right now for a true 1 minute story. Remember, this isn't easy. Let's give him a big round of applause. This guy, you guys, he is a comedian and a writer. You've seen him perform improv and sketch and stand-up comedy in many venues around LA. You can also see him on the major streaming networks like Netflix, HBO Max, Amazon Prime, More Music, Apple TV Plus. And in his spare time, this guy enjoys martial arts, hiking, and telling people about that one time he met an astronaut. Please put your hands together for Sanjay Rao! All right, you guys, let's tell him what to do.
Spin that wheel.
Hey, here we go. I was told not to spin it too hard. It would take too long. All right, here we go.
Oh, my
School days.
God.
School days.
Okay. When you're ready, the clock will start.
This makes me think, there's that weird period, like, just after college, where you just, like, don't know what you're going to do with your life. I played in an intramural flag football league. Like, it was weird. It was, like, a year after college or so, but it was all Indian and Asian. It was entirely Indian and Asian. Thanks for laughing at just that. No. But there were rules. There was rules to the league. Like, there were specific rules about how many white and black people you could add on your team. Because you had to keep it even. You had to keep it fair. And I remember, are you guys familiar with the concept of a sixth man? It's like the person on your team that, like, tries really hard. They might not be that good, but they try really, really hard. We had a guy on our team. His name is Riz Nabi, and he tried really, really hard, and he was not good, and we never let him play. But one time it was like, okay, we're winning the game. We got this. Riz, get in there. He gets in on the kickoff, and then the other team kicks off, and it hits Riz Nabi right between the eyes. Riz goes down. He's just, like, face down on the grass. And the funniest part is the ref ran in and was just like, it's legal. It's completely legal. The ball is live.
Oh, my God. Right on time. I mean, honestly, I think he got a second or two gratis. But, I'll give it to him. What do you think, Kathy Ladman?
Oh, first of all, I have Sanjay. What is intramural? What does that mean?
Dude. I don't know. Intramural. It's
you have to. I'm sorry, you lose points for that. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't make up the rules.
All right.
Blanket patch.
I think you just sort of underlined what I learned in my entire life, which is the harder you try, the worse you are. Yeah, everybody, round of applause for that one. I'm recording it for my tape. I used to play a lot of fantasy flag football when I was in college. So thanks for taking me back. 15,000 points.
Wow, that's a lot of points. Peter Melman.
You know, I think the first time I did this show was the week of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh, really?
I feel like I've done it a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's in a way the first story I could really relate to. Because like after college, I couldn't have been more lost. And I played in a softball league.
Oh, shit.
And I hit 2 doubles, didn't feel great, went to a doctor, and had mononucleosis. Anyway, so yeah, so what am I doing up here? Oh yeah, I really enjoyed the story because I could actually relate to it.
All right, Sanjay Rao. Let him hear you guys. Sanjay Rao. Wow. I think we're off to a good start. That's what I think.
That's our show, everybody. Thanks for coming out to the Crow.
All right, you guys, coming up right now for a true 1-minute story. Okay, check this out. Now, this contestant, she was born and raised as a Quaker and a Cherokee in the #1 flyover state of Kansas. Now, this girl was the host. She is the host of the cringeworthy storytelling show Precious Story Moments with Aunt Brandy. And her resume includes stints at Mad TV, Family Guy, American Dad, and DC Comics. Please welcome the very talented Brandy Stillwell. All right, you guys, let's tell her what to do.
This has been brought to you by Lamps Minus. We don't have any lamps at Lamps Minus.
Mom.
Wow.
Everybody has a mom story.
Yeah, but can I do it in a minute? Okay. I was home from college one year, and I was taking math classes, because I may not be that smart, at a community college, and I had stopped at a Taco Bell on the way there, and then I'm too weird to eat in the parking lot. It had been raining. I'm in my mom's Bronco, and I went and ate somewhere on the side of a dirt road in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. And I finished eating one taco, went to eat the other one, and I went to pull out, and I rolled the Bronco, and it rolled over, and I ended sideways holding a taco. I had to walk to a farmhouse, call my mom, and she's so used to me having to say, hey, do you love me? Because I need help. And she was pissed, and my stepfather came, and they flipped the Bronco, and I was covered in mud. And then she made me go clean it at a car wash, and I was splattered, and I looked...
Okay, that's all we can hear. Brandy Stillwell. Patch.
How did you roll the Bronco leaving a Taco Bell parking lot? That's my question.
Okay. I was going to eat in the college parking lot, but I didn't want people to see me eating.
At Taco Bell, that's understandable.
Yes. So it had been raining, and so I went and pulled down on a dirt road, like near a pasture. So I ate one taco, and I'm like, oh, I can go back now. And then when I went to leave, the ground gave way, and I rolled down the embankment.
Wow. You're lucky to be alive.
I am.
Eating at Taco Bell near a pasture.
I know, right?
I've also called my mom several times and said, hey, do you love me?
Yes.
So it really hit home for me. And thank you for taking math at a community college.
Thank you.
Barbizon is really a great degree to have. Anyway, 15,000 points.
Thank you.
As a reminder, you guys, there's no points in this game.
There's 15,000 of
Peter
them.
Melman.
I kind of wanted to hear the end of the story. I wish that was for the 3-minute version.
It gets worse.
See?
If you have a question, Peter, go ahead and ask her.
I don't. I just, I don't like to anticipate the stories. But that was good. I've never been to Kansas, so now I feel like I got a good
especially
intro.
after what's happened the last couple of days, you're good not to. So yeah, just
What's
avoid
happened
there? There's a Democrat governor, but there's some Republicans that did a thing where now if you are a female or if you're anyone and you play sports, they can now look at your genitals. They passed that fucking law. It's bullshit.
Oh my God.
I'm angry. It's fine.
Genitals.
Yes.
Let's show them. Peter Melman. All right, Kathy Ladman, what did you think?
Well, I thought that was a terrific story, and I don't know if you're aware of this, but when you eat a taco from Taco Bell and you roll a car, the taco remains intact.
It did. I
That's
was laying
how gelatinous
sideways.
that stuff is.
Yes.
So I thought it was a very interesting story, and I hope. Did your mom say that she loved you? By the way,
Not for a couple of days.
oh well. Okay, then I'm sorry you lose points for
Damn
that.
it.
Brandy Stillwell, let her hear it, you guys. All right,
Made her
Brandy.
wash the truck. She made her wash the truck after.
All right, you guys, I'm going to reach my hand into the Story Smash bucket of truth and one more time pull out the next storyteller. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I know this person. All right, you guys, this guy, he is a comedian, a host, a writer, and a counterfeit jersey enthusiast. You've seen him at the Laugh Factory, the Comedy Store, the Orange County Jail, Hollywood Improv, and stages all around the country. Please put your hands together for Jonathan Hollis! Come on, Jonathan! All right, you guys, let's tell him what to do.
And that wheel.
Nice spin.
Before the show, Christine told me not to spin the wheel too hard. She said that it will literally go on forever if you do.
Did it go all the way around, Blaine?
I wasn't paying attention. I was.
Okay, me
No,
neither.
I was trying to make sure I didn't get pulled into it.
All right, Sanja.
Brandy's mom
Jonathan-
would make me wash the truck.
Jonathan landed on free. That's very exciting. You could choose any of the topics on the wheel for your true 1 minute story. Let us know, Jonathan.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to pick? Let's go with. Let's go. I was about to go with mom again because I had another story, but I'll go with. I'll go with interviews. There we
All
go.
right, give him a round of applause, you guys. Come on.
Yeah. I got a new job recently, which is really great. Really enjoying it. One of the problems was the job search, because during the job search, I was looking for job search advice on YouTube. So I was like asking other unemployed niggas how not to be unemployed. Like, I'm going to the wrong source. And it was crazy because it's like YouTubers are always trying to sell something. They're always trying to sell some course. And they're always like, buy my course, sell my course. But don't you think they have the audience for this kind of fucked up if it's that kind of YouTuber doing it? Like, if I had self-discipline, would I be watching this video right now? If I had my ADHD under control, would I be getting to the end of your top 10 interview tips video? So yeah, I did manage to get a job. The interview went well. They liked me. It's hard not to riff. Like, as a comedian, it's hard not to riff, like, while doing a job interview or talking to, okay, fuck it.
Jonathan, I'm not sure where you were going, but you did the smash, and I don't know what that means. Peter, what do you think?
Well, I think you should have chosen another subject. is what I think. I was really hoping you'd go with pandemic. Because I actually really missed the lockdown.
Yeah. It was fun for a while.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. No obligations, nothing. Anyway, yeah, there was a gripping job story. And Kathy?
Kathy Ladman, what did you think,
Thanks
Kath?
for throwing it to me, Peter. Jonathan, how did the interview really go? Like, you said it went well, but how do you deem it went well? What happened?
I got the job.
And what was the job?
So I'm I'm an analyst at a charity. Like I work for the Jewish Community Foundation. So I just brought I brought up the fact that I knew what Passover was, and it really helped.
Jews like that, and I can say that because I know Jews.
I could do like I could do the like that really helped.
Oh, you did a ch. You did a very good ch for someone who is not a Jew. You know what? As soon as I said that, I realized I shouldn't have assumed that.
You were right.
Have you ever been an opera singer, Jonathan?
I have not. I've gotten that comment before.
Okay. Well, see how original I am. Okay, thank you, Jonathan. I love your story.
Blanca Patch, what did you think, Blaine?
I wasn't listening. I was paying attention to the laughter and applause coming from upstairs. But I thought it was great, and you do have a wonderful voice. You must have watched a voice tutorial on the YouTube. My advice, skip ad. Skip ad
Yeah,
when
I
you're
hear
doing
you.
the tutorial. Anyway, 15,000 points.
That's a lot of points. Jonathan Hollis, let him hear it. Jonathan Hollis. All right, just one more contestant coming up for the first round for a true 1 minute story. And I know what's in here. It's going to be the audience member. So that's very exciting. Come on up, Jim Coughlin. Let Kathy Ladman choose who's coming up to play Story Smash.
It's all on you.
Kathy,
Make
who's
it count.
coming up right now for a true 1 minute story?
It says Katie Stone.
Katie
Katie
Stone.
Stone.
Katie Stone. This is very exciting.
there she
Come
is.
on up. All right, you guys, big round of applause. This is not easy. Big round of applause. Tell her what to do.
Spin that wheel. Don't spin it too hard, by the way.
Interviews. She landed on interviews. There it is. A 1 minute story on interviews. Katie, I'm sure you've been on an interview. Gather your thoughts. Take your time. And when you're ready, go.
If you want to watch a YouTube tutorial, you have a couple of seconds.
Oh, thank you. I'm actually incredibly good and perfect at interviews. So that's not necessarily where I harvest my funny stories, but I do run first dates extremely like interviews. I believe wholeheartedly in the New York Times 36 questions to fall in love. But I went on a date once with a guy, and I was asking him just sort of the standard first date questions. And one of my standard first date questions is what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you on an online date? And he said, I don't know if this counts as an online date because it was our third date, but it was our first time having sex. And at the end, I realized I'd had it in her butt the whole time. And I have never forgotten this. I'm very concerned. I don't know what kind of lubrication he does or does not use on a day-to-day basis. But I did look at the table next to me, and my most recent ex-boyfriend of 3 years was sitting right there and got to hear all of it.
You stay here. That was a great story. Kathy Ladman. Kathy.
That was a great story, and I was also sitting at the table when you were telling that story, and it was even better in the retelling. I have to tell you that I enjoyed it tremendously. Are you still seeing that person?
Oh, absolutely not. No.
Oh, okay.
For the mic.
Another good choice. I thoroughly enjoyed that, Katie. Thank you so much.
All right, Blanca Patch.
How did the rest of the date go after he told you that he didn't know the difference between...
I enjoy a conversation with a stranger. I gotta say, they have worlds within them. But he was really boring, and his profile did say 5'11", and he was 5'8", so.
Oh.
Not a deal breaker, but the lie.
Well, the internet puts on 3 inches up the butt. I thought you came up here, you owned it. It was a great story with a turn in it, with the up the butt thing. And how did your ex-boyfriend react to it?
Too kindly. I would like to be roasted in a situation. It's oh, that seems like it went really well for you. So much worse.
All right, well, that was fantastic. 15,005 points.
Wow, thank you.
Peter Melman, what do you think, Peter?
I think if you can go from job interview to lubrication in a 1 minute story, you can't miss.
Thank you.
Just the number of segues that you made. I had no idea where that story was going, and And, it went to a very intriguing place.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Katie Stone, let her hear it. That's not easy to do. She's an audience member. She's just sitting there. She gets called up, and I think she did a great job. Okay, now look at that. All 4 names back in the Story Smash Can of Truth. Oh, did I mention the prize? What? It's my homemade chocolate chip cookies. Thank you very much.
Don't eat them on the way home. I'm
That's
just
right.
telling you now.
All right, you guys, all 4 names are back in the can, and right now, coming up for a true 2-minute story, it is the one and only Sanjay Rao. Come on up, Sanjay. All right, you guys, let's tell Sanjay what to do.
Spin that wheel. It's been brought to you by Crest Wet Strips. Say goodbye to dry teeth. Crest Wet Strips.
Oh, boy, Sanjay landed on audience, and this is always so exciting. So you guys get the opportunity now to shout out your favorite storytelling suggestions. Anything over here? Holidays? What else? Hospitals? Family vacation? Anything else? What's over here? Favorite drug? Virginity? First date. All right. What do you think of those, you guys? First date, virginity. What do you think?
Just first date virginity. Those are the 2 choices.
No, there's more, but I forget what they said.
Hospitals.
Favorite
Hospitals, they said
drug,
that.
with
Car
holidays.
accidents. Yeah, holidays, car accidents.
Family vacation.
What do you like? Did anything grab you?
Vacation.
How about vacation?
Wow. Now, this is the family vacation.
Family vacation.
Oh, then
Family
fuck it.
vacation.
It's a family vacation. All right, you guys, let him hear it one more time. 2 minutes. Here we go.
So I don't know if this is so much of a story, but I got engaged a few months ago. And here's a real twist. It was to Katie Stone. Katie Stone, we are engaged, actually. That is correct. Yes. So later this year, we have a vacation plan. We're going to go to India. Because my family is very traditional. We got to take her to India, show her like all the family spots, do a little bit of shopping for like specific Indian things, It's crazy because like I was telling her, India, it's a third world country, It's a bit of a culture shock when you go over there. So I was like, babe, okay, we're going to go over there. It's going to be like really hard, and, the flight's going to be really hard, and, people are going to be weird. Like, my family's going to be weird. Everyone's going to be looking at you. It's going to be like a whole thing, culture shock. It's going to be weird. The bathroom's going to be weird. It's going to be kind of gross a little bit. And then she's like, do you want me to come? Like, do you even want me to join you in this excursion, a once-in-a-lifetime trip? But no, we're going to go later this year. We're going to go with my parents, which, who could ask for a better vacation, right? To go to the motherland with your mother. The thing is, we're getting married and we're planning this wedding. And I was getting a little like saddened because my family, again, it's a very big family. It's Indian weddings are a whole thing. It's like, and she knew when when we really started dating and we really started to get serious, like, if you get me, you get like the whole tribe. You know what I mean? You get like all 90 of us, It's just, we come in a package like that, right? And so we have very specific ideas of what the wedding should be. And she was getting sad because she was like, I don't think I'll be able to have the wedding that I want. I'm going to have the wedding that your mom wants, basically. And I feel like at this point, I need to step up as like a husband, as a future husband, and I just need to tell my mom, Ma, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Which, for an immigrant, is the most terrifying thing, or a kid of an immigrant is the most terrifying thing ever.
Oh, my God. Sanjay Rao talking about a vacation that hasn't even happened yet. It's very exciting. Peter Melman.
I've actually been to India.
You have? What part of India?
The funny thing is, everyone I've ever known who's gone there has had some kind of stomach ailment at some point. And I have stomach ailments here all the time and did great in India. Also, if you call for tech support there, you get an American. It's
Is that true?
no, that's not true. That's totally made up. But good story. Thank you for sharing your life on such intimate terms with us. And I have one word for you, and your wife, and your fiance: elope.
Elope. Yeah. Kathy Ladman.
That was a great story, Sanjay, and congratulations to you and Katie, I think. And how did you feel about Katie's story?
Listen, we met in like a comedy scene.
Yes.
So I was friends with a couple of her exes. So it's fine. I'm fine with it. Like, it's cool. I don't know. I feel like people were expecting something else, but like it's fine. Like, I'm taller than them. I don't know if that's like I don't know.
She was willing to overlook the fact that you sold yourself as being 6'8".
That's true. Yeah. I put 6'8" on my dating profile.
Yeah.
But
story, and I also look forward to hearing you tell your mom from India to fuck off, because moms from India really appreciate that, I've heard.
Oh, yeah. I need courage and strength, please.
All right, blanket patch.
I was just waiting for the opportunity to do a Taj my whole joke. Yeah, I think it's great. Shut the fuck up, your mom. I think we can all agree on that. Shut the fuck up, your mom. And I do agree with Peter. Elope, because my wife and I went to Vegas. We got married for $50, and then we just went to Ruth's Chris and drank tequila till we threw up, and then we threw up again at Whiskey Pete's in Prim on the way home. In exchange for this announcement. For more information on Whiskey Pete's and Prim, go to whiskeypete's.com. And you two could be throwing up next to the Bonnie and Clyde death car.
There it is. Sounds like a perfect wedding.
15,000 points.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. Sanjay Rao. Wow, what a great story. I really enjoyed that. We're going to move it right along, and coming up right now to tell a true 2-minute story is Jonathan Hollis. All right, Jonathan. All right, you guys, let's tell him what to do. Woo! All right, now hang on now. You got mom before, didn't you?
I picked it.
All right. So you didn't. Okay, we didn't talk about your mom
We
yet.
didn't talk about my
mom. All right,
mom
let's
yet.
hear about your mom, Jonathan.
Yes, there we go. Let's do it. Yeah, so my mom grew up Nation of Islam, and for those of you who don't know what that is, that's like black Muslims here in America, and a lot of their views, they're not completely in line with what you guys think Islam is. Like, this is like Islam plus, if you can imagine. So a while back, me and my friends made this. We saw some article somewhere where they were saying that a lot of people in Nation of Islam believe that there were UFOs. UFOs are real. Aliens are real. They drive the UFO. And there's like a big one called Mothership, and then there's like smaller auxiliary ones called baby planes. And we thought this was kind of funny. We're not in we're making fun of the culture. We just thought aliens are funny. Christians have Jesus. These guys have E.T. And I thought it was whimsical. I thought it was very whimsical, and I thought that it wasn't like a widespread thing. So remember earlier when I said my mom was Nation of Islam. So one day I was like bringing this up to her, and my grandma was in the room, and I was like, "Yeah, Mom, like a lot of people in Nation of Islam think that like UFOs are real and and Mothership can like do things and abduct people." And my grandma started telling me to like be quiet. Like my grandma was telling me shut the fuck up. And turns out, so what she was trying to stop was my mom from revealing that was a threat used against them as kids. When my mother and her siblings were children, they were threatened with UFO abduction by Mothership to be carted off for all his punishment. And my grandma was like so ashamed of it. And I, honestly at this point, just like own it. Just be like, you know what? Yeah, I did tell you that, I did tell you that. I told you the aliens were real and Futurama's plot is legit. And yeah, that's our religion.
Okay, Jonathan.
That's the story. Yeah.
All right. He only went to about 150. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but look, he didn't use all of his time. What do you think of that, Blinkapatch?
I didn't have a problem with it. I was fascinated to find out about my new religion that thinks UFOs are real. I'm totally 1,000,000% on board with being punished by Allah by being abducted. I'm going to go home and tell my kid that. He's 9. He'll love it. But I do love that Islam Plus, we just subscribe to it. It has Velma, Hacks, Succession. It's just amazing stuff on Islam Plus. So 16,000 points.
That's a lot of points. Kathy Ladman. Kathy.
Well, first of all, I'd like to a shout out to the person who's on sound tonight. Thank you so much for the wonderful job you're doing on sound. Come on, let's hear it. Come on, Daphne.
All right. Woo!
All right. It's interesting. When I used to babysit, Jonathan, I used to threaten the kids with UFO abduction, and I had no idea that was part of Nation of Islam. And your story just reminds me to wish everyone a happy Passover and a happy Easter, because religion is a wonderful thing, and I think we should all, stay close to it. Great story. Thank you so much.
All right. Peter Melman.
This is so educational tonight.
Isn't it?
India, Nation of Islam. I just remember all those guys in those very sharp suits. I used to think, God, those guys get the best suits. I guess that's not like, the biggest part of the religion.
It's a big part of it. It's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
The zoot suit is core to Nation of Islam.
Now, it's kind of like, and I appreciated the difference between Nation of Islam and, like, Arab Islam.
Right.
Islam
and Islam Plus.
Yeah. I mean, Islam is a very beautiful religion, and I feel like it's not fair to let 75 million bad apples spoil the whole bunch. But anyway, thanks for the education.
All right, Jonathan Hollis, let him hear it. That was a great story. What a great story. All right, you guys, coming up right now for a true 2-minute story. Music, please. Here she comes, you guys. Katie Stone, come on up, our audience member. Katie Stone, Sanjay's fiance. All right, you guys, come on, let's tell them what to do. Good spin. Like birthdays. We've all had them. Whenever you're ready, Katie.
Wonderful. Okay. For my 21st birthday, I was living in Germany, which is a real fucking bummer because I'd been drinking illegally for like 9 months. / I'd lived in New Orleans before that, so like 3 years. But I decided to have... I have bipolar disorder. I'll just come out and say that. It informs everything about me. But thank you, Lamictal. But I'd been really depressed for the first 4 months I was there because I'm from Georgia, and in Germany there is no sunlight in the wintertime. So I had been crying, and my birthday is in April. The sun had finally come back out. My ex-boyfriend had decided I wasn't too depressed to be with anymore, so he was back. I had cool roommates, and so I threw this elaborate birthday party in my apartment. And at the end of the party, everyone else went to a club, and they didn't invite me. And it's not, I think they thought I was busy, but I was not, okay? And it's crazy because I don't know, I guess it's just emblematic for me, that birthday story of my entire mental health journey in a lot of ways, because that was at a period where I was kind of learning that I was having mood fluctuations, and that would impact how men saw me forever, babe. And so, yeah, that boyfriend had finally gotten back together with me after I'd been too depressed, and he fell back in love with me because I was hella manic, There's a sparkliness to us. They love it. And so he did actually tell me he loved me for the first time in the 1.5 years we dated. When I boarded the flight to fly home, he sent me a text message that said, "I love you."
Wow, look at that. Katie Stone. She's so natural. It's like she's done this for so long. An amazing storyteller, Kathy Ladman.
Wow, that was a great story. You are a terrific storyteller, and bipolar becomes you. I just want to say,
I really appreciate it.
It's working
Thank
for
you.
you. I'm on plenty of meds too, so I understand. Anyway, for my 30th birthday, I invited people over to watch me win on Wheel of Fortune, and only 3 people showed up. And one of them went into my medicine cabinet and took some of my prescription drugs. And on the way over, he fell on the gear shift of the car that my friend was driving and put the car into reverse on the 101. So it was a great birthday. It was a great birthday. But your 21st, I can't believe they didn't invite you at your 21st birthday. That was, what a drag.
Wait, but you did win Wheel of Fortune?
I did win on Wheel
Hell
of
yeah.
Fortune.
How much did you win, Kathy?
I won. It was back so far. This is how old I am. They didn't have any cash available, so you had to only choose prizes. So I won lamps, a stereo, china, and a brand new car, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow!
You're kidding!
I'm serious.
You still have it.
I sold it. It was an Oldsmobile Tornado, the old style, where the doors were so long you had to walk down the block to get to the handle, then open the door, then walk down again. It took too much to run that car. But anyway, but more about me. It was a great story. Thank you so much.
Blank a badge. What do you think, Blaine?
I got to be honest. Going out to a German club, you might have dodged a bullet with that one. So I thought that was good, and it's really cool that Sanjay is probably learning all this stuff for the first time tonight. Bipolar, depressive when the sun's out, German boyfriends, but wow, do you still have China?
I sold it to someone who was looking for that pattern.
Oh, okay.
Good idea.
But I did keep the lamps and the stereo.
Oh, good,
for a
of
long
course.
time, yeah.
How's the stereo working out?
It's gone now. Blaine, this was 35 years ago.
Oh, Jesus. Back when Wheel of Fortune was $20.
That's right.
Hey, that was great. 16,000 points.
All right, so a lot of points. Peter Melman.
I gotta say, this whole bipolar thing is very fascinating. I mean, it just seems like the high is kind of like the meal and the low is the check. Let that sink in a moment. Yes, you are a great storyteller, and the intimacy of your stories and the bless you is fascinating, and yeah, you're great.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
Katie
you.
Stone, let her hear it. I'm very impressed because, usually the audience members suck. Oh, no, I don't mean that. All right, you guys, coming up right now for another true 2-minute story. And this is the last 2-minute story of the round.
Last one.
So this is the last one. Then we're moving on to the big ending. And right now, we know who it is. It's Brandy Stillwell. Come on up, Brandy. All right, you guys, let's tell her what to do. Yeah, wheel. Hooking up. We've all been there.
Well, gosh, I don't really have, because don't really have any. I'm gonna 6 degree of separation and do the complete opposite, which is breakup. Oh shit, there is a breakup one, so I can't do that one. Okay, hooking up. Okay, here we go. In college, I had a crush on a guy named Matthew Couch, and I may have been stalking him a little bit, and that's all I talked about was Matthew Couch. And then I ended up Well, I'm back at KU, University of Kansas, and I was at the Crossing one day, which is a bar, and there's Matthew Couch, and he came up to me and we were talking, and I was dying inside, and then my friends were like, "Oh my God, who's that?" I'm like, "It's Matthew Couch." So we liked the same band. There was a college band called That Statue Moved. And he ended up asking me to go to it. So I was getting ready for this date, and my roommate kept going, Brandy Couch. And I'm like, stop it. Like, oh my God, stop it. And she is in my room, screaming Brandy Couch, while I was trying to get ready. We went I was nervous. I was driving the same Bronco. I was so nervous with him going through Cap Federal ATM that I scraped the side of the Bronco. And then there were sparks. And then that night when we got home, he came back to my place, and I'm like, yeah. And I'm so excited. And he was in my room, and I had gone to the bathroom, and I come back, and he got all weird and was like, I have to go. And I'm like, what? You're like, hey, this is a hookup. He goes to leave, and I didn't know what had happened. And I looked down at my desk. My roommate, Beth Galantha, had written Brandy Couch all over my notebook, and it scared the shit out of him, and he left.
Brandy Stillwell, there it is. Wow, what a great story. That Matthew Couch, he owes me $10. Peter Melman.
The terminology these days. I mean, this has got to be the most unromantic time in the history of the world, hooking up. I was so happy to hear you say you had a crush on somebody, because that's such a great word. Like now everybody says, I have a thing for him, And, everybody calls each other, they call their boyfriend, boyfriend and girlfriend, two of the greatest compound words in the English language, is replaced by partner. Like you're dating Goldman Sachs. I mean, Anyway, for somebody who seemed daunted by the subject at first, you really pulled that one out, and yeah, very good.
All right, Kathy Ladman.
That was a great story, Brandy. First of all, you went to the University of Kansas,
Yeah.
But they called it KU. Yeah. Wouldn't that be Kansas University?
Yes.
Isn't that two different schools?
No, it's the same.
Boy, I don't know about Kansas. It's unfortunate that Matthew's last name was Couch. When you're named after a piece of furniture, things aren't going to be going well. But I want to know, after you scraped the side of the Bronco, did you call your mom and ask her if she loved you?
She found out about it later. And the last time I was in Lawrence, the scrape is still there. Thank you.
Oh, so once again, I have to agree with Peter that when you didn't know what to do at the beginning, but you came around and you got a great story going, and that was terrific. Thank you.
All right, Blanca Patch. Yeah, you can clap. Go ahead, clap.
Yeah, clap.
She's great. I love Brandy.
It looks like he folded out into a bed that was empty. I felt bad for you. I felt bad for your Bronco.
Thank you.
I felt bad for Kansas University that can't call it, or University of Kansas that can't legally call itself UK because of the United Kingdom.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a whole.
Or because of the University of Kentucky.
Oh.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck those guys. And you know what? Fuck your fucking roommate for fucking that up.
Yeah.
Let's go over there now.
Fuck you, Beth Galantha.
Do you still know that roommate?
We're friends on Facebook.
Oh, Facebook friend. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, let's dox her. Doxing is when you give information to people. Okay.
I'm aware.
All right. 17,000 points.
All right, Brandy Stillwell. There she goes. As a reminder, there are no points in this game, but you get the drift of it. All right, now you guys have the very difficult decision of choosing two names to go into the Story Smash Can of Truth for a true 3-minute story. We're going to put a minute on the clock, and while you guys decide, I'll let you all know that this episode of Story Smash will be up on the Story Worthy podcast next week or the following week, and that's going to be great. Thanks again for coming out tonight. And I wanted to tell you all that the Story Smash Wheel of Truth, let me tell you where it comes from. You can put on music, sure, why not? This is the theme music, I enjoy it. Years ago, I dreamt of having a game show. I dreamt of having a wheel. And I looked into wheels at Riverside Promo Wheels. That's the name of the place, Riverside Promo Wheels. And this wheel cost $680. But I don't have $680. What do? Well, what I did was I sold my gold. I sold all the gold jewelry I had, and I bought this clock. Bought this wheel. So it's essentially a wheel of gold, is what it is. Yeah, sure. It's a lot of money. That's right. I'm driving around Hollywood with a wheel in my trunk, living the dream. And now the clock. By the way, I already went over time, but it's okay. The clock, you guys, that was $89. How did I get the clock? Well, I sold my breast pump. Thank you. Thank you. All right, you guys, 2 names are going back into the can of truth. Was this a difficult decision, Kathy?
No, we were all very much on board, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it was a very difficult decision.
Everybody was really good tonight and a lot of
everybody
fun.
was.
So how about a round of applause for everybody that's told stories tonight?
Yes, of course.
This is a really fun night, and thank you for coming out. You're a wonderful audience.
And Daphne is on the sound in the back doing a pretty good job. And Jim Coughlin right down here. It takes a village.
And give it up for the comics upstairs, you guys. They're killing it.
They're doing a great job.
And how about the staff here at the Crow, everybody?
All right, you guys.
Come on, let the cop hear you outside.
Coming up right now for a true 3-minute... Is this correct?
That is
Coming
correct.
up right now for a true 3-minute story is our audience member, Katie Stone. Come on up, Katie. Wow. This is exciting, and it doesn't happen often. All right, you guys, Katie, tell her what to do, guys.
Spin that wheel.
Wow.
This has been brought to you by Car Alarms, letting you know a motorcycle went by. Car Alarms.
Now
you're going home.
It's very interesting. Katie landed on audience, and if it wasn't hard enough already, you guys are going to get to choose the topic that Katie talks about. What do you guys want to hear over here? That what? Pet sitting experiences. What else? Weddings. Breakup. No, that's on the wheel. Kitchen accidents. Lubrication and hangovers. That's a lot of choices, and bipolar. What else? What do you guys think? Hangovers?
I like pet sitting, but I think we're going to have to go with hangovers.
Hangovers. All right, you guys. Whenever you're ready, Katie, you are on. 3 minutes on hangovers.
All right, I'll start talking. Yeah, my background is in improv, and you're actually not supposed to give drugs or alcohol as suggestions in improv because everybody's stories are the fucking same. I got drunk, I threw up, I embarrassed myself, and I will let you all know I've done all 3 of those things. I'm trying to think what my worst hangover was. Why don't we list some? You know, they're all short stories. My most memorable hangover was my first ever job in advertising. I work in advertising. I drank too much the night before, and I almost shit myself in the office. Had to sprint to the bathroom and then leave early because I continued to almost shit myself. Sanjay's and my first date, I was extremely hungover. We'd actually seen each other, I think, the night before Nope, it was the next day. I got drunk with someone else, probably a girl, because I was really into him. I'm really making this sound funky. But I do very distinctly remember we went and got breakfast tacos for breakfast, essential, and then we went and made out later, and I was like, I'm really running on adrenaline right now. And then I almost shot myself when he left. No, I'm just kidding. But really, though, it do be making you poopy. What are other hangover stories? One very dark one. My mom came to visit me one time the whole time I was in college, not because she doesn't love me, but because we don't have very much money. And I was too hungover to watch When Harry Met Sally with her. And when you're in college, you think that's cool because your friends flake on you all the time because they're hungover. But it turns out when you tell your mom she flew all this way to watch you just kind of languish, her feelings are hurt. Other hangovers, they're not that monumental, guys. I did used to live up the hill from a Little Caesars Pizzeria. Heard of it? I was a big fan of the Hot and Ready. This was when I was 24 and an absolute scumbag. One night I had gone to a bar. My best friend and I at the time were wearing candy necklaces, and we kept walking up to people and being like, will you eat a bite off my candy necklace? Because we were like 24 and hot. And one bouncer said, no, actually, can you come back later when you've sobered up a little? And so I made myself walk a mile to Little Caesars to get a $5 pizza. I don't know how much they cost now in these inflationary times, but I ate it, and guess what, guys? Thank you for finishing my story for me.
Katie Stone, holy cow. She's right on 3 minutes. Look at the time. Wow. Very impressive for an audience member. Peter Melman.
Anyone could tell a story, but to tell an entire anthology. I've never really been a drinker, but if I knew that being hungover could have gotten me out of seeing When Harry Met Sally, I'd be a total alcoholic now. Woody Allen ripoff. Anyway, as was the case in the previous two stories, I was at rapt attention, and it's hard to tell those kind of stories about, it's a bad subject. And you pulled it off with panache.
All right, Kathy Ladman, there you go.
Once again, Katie, great story. I like the way you weaved in shitting yourself. It's not easy to do with grace. I'm not a big drinker either, Peter. I don't like booze. But one time in college, I had White Russians. I mean, that's just gonna, even hearing about it makes you want to vomit. And I was very drunk, and I threw up in the snow, and then my friend put me into his gold duster in the back of his Plymouth Gold Duster, and I slept it off while the rest of it were in there drinking some more. It was a very embarrassing thing. But you had several wonderful little vignettes, and I thought you weaved it, you wove them together beautifully.
Vignettes, yes, that's the word I was looking for.
All right, Blanca Patch.
I like the way there's only one person in the world that can hear this frequency, Superman, and that's you. I like the way you started off by saying, hey, this is kind of a hacky thing, and then you explained it in a professional way, and then you went right into shitting yourself. Nothing works better with a crowd than shitting yourself stories. Everybody laughs, huh? Right? Everybody was laughing because shitting yourself is funny. If you shit yourself in Rolling Brandy's truck, that would be fucking great. You shit yourself in an office. I thought you were going to shit yourself with the breakfast tacos. Everything was leading towards shitting yourself. It was absolutely fantastic. I'll have what she's having.
Yeah! Katie Stone, let her hear it.
17,000 points.
Wow, fantastic. Fantastic. Way to go, Katie. What a great story. And 3 minutes. That was amazing. All right, you guys, we've got one more person in the Story Smash Can of Truth. This is the last story of the night. Have you had a good time?
Yeah, I've had a wonderful time.
You do realize the weight of this story, because it's on these cookies right here. So, whoever's up, good luck.
Hey, by the way, how about a round of applause for Christine Blackburn, everybody?
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, man. All right, you guys, right now, coming to the stage. Oh, my gosh. It's the fiance, Sanjay Rao. Holy cow. All right, you guys, let him know what to do.
Spin that wheel and elope.
I can't believe it.
It's been brought to you by Jack Daniel's 2% Milk. 2% milk, 98% Jack Daniels. Get your breakfast on.
Birthdays. Okay. It's like I know that I'm getting older because my parents forgot my birthday this year. They just didn't call me. I think I'm 36. I'll say it. I'm 36 years old, and I feel like that's the age where people just stop really like giving a shit about your birthday. I feel like even my fiance, it was like 3 p.m. by the time she was like, "Wasn't there something today that like we were supposed to do like anything?" And of course, I don't say anything. I'm a guy. I'm just like, it's good. But I had a phase in my 20s where I would just get like fucked up on my birthday. Right? I would just get like blackout drunk on my birthday for no goddamn reason, and I would spend the next day just like in torture, right, hungover. And I remember one year, I used to live in Austin, Texas. That's actually where we met. We were in Austin, and are y'all familiar with Austin? There's an area called Dirty Sixth. That's like the bars, and that's the street of all the bars and all the mayhem, and the cops come with their horses at the end, like at 2:30 in the evening, and they just like clear all the riffraff out. It was on that street. Me and some buddies went to a club called Latitude, which already, like with that name, you already know like what kind of night this was. I went with 2 coworkers, one of whom actually later was an ex-girlfriend of mine. If we could turn this into a little bit of a battle, between the exes. Like I had them too, It's not like I was alone. It's not like I was alone until I met Katie. I had exes too, They weren't some German guy, but Which, by the way, that German guy was fine because she told me that he was boring and had a small dick. So I was just like, great. And then you find out that later I find out that all her ex-boyfriends were magically like boring and also had small dicks. So that's how much she loves me. That's how much she cares about me and my feelings and my confidence, right? But we went to Latitude. And there's a drink called the Four Horsemen. And I already had a lot. I had already had a lot. And my friends ordered me a Four Horsemen. A Four Horsemen is it's 4 shots in one. It's Jim Beam, it's Jack Daniels, it's Jose Cuervo, and it's Johnny Walker. All in one clear plastic cup. You know what I mean? This is the height of fancy. You know what I mean? And I just remember I took that shot, and it was like a cartoon. It was just like, if you looked in my head, it was just like 2 black and white figures, just snoozing. You know what I mean? Like, it just erased everything. And apparently, my 2, and these were coworkers also. One of them later, again, became an ex-girlfriend of mine, but later became a girlfriend of mine. But they saw me at my work. They saw me just, talking shit to people. I was trying to start fights. I was trying to, just mac on other girls right in front of them. It was just disgusting. And then it was one of those...
Oh, no! The story is over!
Story's over.
I like how you started with birthdays and it went straight into, is he going to shit himself? I was waiting for you to shit yourself. The Four Horsemen, I thought you were going to shit. You're blacking out drunk. And you bring up her German boyfriend. Those guys love shit. They're super into shit. And I also love how you got into the X thing. You were both doing the X battles. We thought it would be funny to bring up a future husband and wife. We thought that would be just a fun battle, and it fucking worked out.
Yeah,
I hope you were heading towards shitting yourself, but it was a great.
I was getting there.
Okay.
I had another 30 seconds.
I trust you. Another 30 seconds, you were going to shit yourself.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Great story. Thank you for coming
Peter
out.
Melman,
17,000
what do you think,
points.
Peter?
36. It's funny. I'm at that age now, like where I start thinking, 36. What was I doing there? And now I'm like, oh God, I was already rich by then.
Peter Melman.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you.
Again, the great thing about all this is that this is very educational. The Four Horsemen. Where do these people come up with these drinks? I mean, can't they put their creativity to something a little bit? Really good. I know Austin very well. Went to the film festival many times.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And it's a cool place. I like Austin. And yeah.
Have you ever met Rick Linklater?
No, but I liked some of his early movies.
That was it. That was all. I thought maybe that would go somewhere. It didn't.
All right. I want to tell you, Peter Melman might be rich, but if you read this book, he has a whole chapter about all the people he gives money to. You give money to everybody, man.
Yeah. Well, it's not like I have kids to leave it to. So.
Yeah. Will you adopt me?
Sure.
Kathy Ladman, what'd you think?
That was. I want to know what the end of that story is. I really do. I think that once again, I'm not a drinker, and this is why. You put all those boozes together in one cup. It's a horrible. There's no good outcome that's going to come from that. There's nothing good going to come from 4 shots of booze drunk together. Your first mistake was going to Latitudes. You should have gone to Longitudes. It's a much better club. It's straight up and down. No bullshit. Great story. And
I couldn't get into Longitude. That was the problem.
You couldn't get into Longitude?
Yeah.
Well,
how about the Equator?
That's right. It's another wonderful club.
I didn't have the right shoes, apparently.
Well, you did a great job, and I'm really excited to see what happens because either way, you're both eating cookies tonight.
I'm eating the cookies.
All right, Sanjay Rao, let him hear it. Wow, so exciting. What a great game this has been. Now, you guys have the difficult decision of choosing the winner of Story Smash. Let's put a minute on the clock, and they'll decide. Wow, this has been very exciting. Thank you guys all again for coming out. Big round of applause for everybody who played the game tonight. Jonathan Hollis and Sanjay Rao and his girlfriend Katie Stone and, of course, Brandy Stillwell. And then look at these judges. Peter Melman, yada, yada, yada. Kathy Ladman, and, of course, Blanca Patch. Wow. And thank you to the Crow, of course. And remember, somebody's winning these chocolate chip cookies. Kathy Ladman, was it a hard decision?
It was a very hard decision, Christine.
Yes.
Was that the correct answer?
I don't know. Was it?
It was a very hard decision.
And Peter, what did you think?
I thought it was an easy decision.
Okay. Blaine?
I shit myself.
All right. Fantastic. All right, you guys. Kathy Ladman, let them know who has won Story Smash right now, April 7th, 2023.
Well,
history
has been made. This is the first time that there is a tie, ladies and gentlemen. There's a tie.
Oh, my God. It's
there was
a
no
tie.
A tie the knot.
A tie.
And the beautiful girlfriend, Katie Stone. Okay, you guys, big round of applause. Katie Stone, Sanjay Rao. Come on up, get your cookies. My name is Christine Blackburn. Good night. Thank you.
Hello, saver. Whether you're saving for that trip to the tropics or saving for an emergency, now is the time to take advantage of Wells Fargo's savings options. Wells Fargo offers savings accounts that can help you save towards your goals. So, what are you saving for? Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/save to open a savings account today.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Support for this podcast and the following message come from Corient. Corient provides wealth management services centered around you. They focus on exceeding expectations, simplifying lives, and establishing legacies that last for generations. Leverage their exclusive network of experts to help achieve your personal and professional financial goals. As one of the largest integrated fee-only registered investment advisors in the U.S., Corient has experienced teams who can craft custom solutions designed to help you reach your financial goals, no matter how complex. Real wealth requires real solutions. Connect to a wealth advisor today at Corient.com.